All right, so step one of setting up the SL50. Once you get the stage placed, we're gonna need to go ahead and do the front two jacks so we can start getting the trailer off of the truck. Come down, just got some lynch pins holding this in. Drop it down till your highest pin that you can get to, highest hole that you can pin. Once both are pinned, make sure you have boards under the feet, and then just start jacking it up and do a little bit per side each, and just kind of work it up until the trailer starts becoming loose on the truck. Now's a good time to go ahead and unpin and release the hitch. We just keep going back and forth. All right, so after the stage is kind of lifted up a little bit and you can tell that there is some slack and it's not really putting all the weight on the truck anymore, we'll use the actual jack on the tongue of the trailer. This isn't to be lifted or to lift the stage at all. This is just to assist getting the tongue off the ball hitch. So same process, just unpin, drop it to a low point. That's probably good, whatever the nearest one. And now we're just only using this to break the tongue away from the ball. So it looks like it's picking the truck up now. Yep, there it goes. And make sure before you drive off, you actually unhook everything. At this point, pull the truck away, and then we'll move to the next step. So after you pulled the truck away, go ahead and lift this all the way back up. It will no longer be used in the process of building the stage. And now we'll move on to lowering the back jacks and then actually leveling the whole stage platform itself. So we'll go ahead and go to the back. So after we got the front off the truck, we come back to the back. The same thing, there's jacks on the back side. Make sure there's blocks underneath each. Go ahead and remove the lynch pin and the pin. And drop it to the lowest possible hole. Now, what we have to do is make sure we actually get both tires off the ground to where we can spin them. So the next process is going to be fairly repetitive, going from the back to the front, just lifting it up. Do not force it. So go from side to side and front to back with the crank handle, just making sure it comes up easily and you're not stressing anything. If while you're doing this, you have the level on the back, you can look at it, and if you keep it fairly level as you go up, it will definitely make the process a whole lot easier. And the whole point of right now is to raise the deck or raise the stage off the ground, get the wheels off the ground, and level the entire deck completely. I'll go over where the best spots to put the level stage are. But at this moment, we're just going side to side, lifting the stage up, and then we'll move to the front, and we'll just keep doing that until we get the wheels off the ground. And then we'll move on to actually leveling the deck. A little bit more. That's good for now. All right, so now we're gonna move to the front. Go ahead and lift the front up more. Like you saw on the back, the best place to level it is just centering it right here. On the sides, you're going to go down to the actual frame, the I-beam frame, and that's where you'll have the level to level it there. The closer you are to the center of the deck, the more accurate the level is going to be, of course. And if you need to see how much more you need to lift a side, you can take the level and lift one side up and judge from how much the bubble moves. So now we're just going to go to the front and raise the front up some more, and then we'll come back whenever we get close to having the tires off the ground. A little bit more on this side. All right, that's good. All right, so after we lifted this side up a good bit, the wheels are actually now already off the ground. So on the front, there is not necessarily a complete center point to measure the level. So what you do is you kind of average out both sides. You put it on the edge of the deck on the wood pieces right here. Look at the level. This is fairly good right here. We'll go to the other side, bump it up to the center as far as we can again. That's pretty good. We'll actually go up a couple turns on this side over here. And then at that point, we should be good for the front level. There. So we're good there. Now, we know the back is already fairly level itself as well, but now we need to see what the front to back level is and then correct anything that way. So again, the closer to center you are, the better and more accurate the level is actually going to be. And this side is basically right on it. I'll go check the other side, and then if we need to change front back level at all, we'll do that. If not, we'll just go around, fine tune everything, and then we'll be done leveling. All right, so this side actually has a little bit, it's a little bit lower on the front than it is the back. So this side's gotta come up just a little bit more. And then at this point, it's just go around, look at it, tweak it, look at it, tweak it, and just kind of back and forth all four corners. Here, let me know when that hits it. Yeah. Now that we lifted that corner up, this corner of course has got to come up as well. And it shouldn't take too much. So we're good there. Now we'll go to the back, check the level front to back again, check the level side to side, and then check the level front to back on the other side. And then after all those seem level, we'll go around, just check it all again, and if it's good, we'll move on. All right, so the back is now level side to side. It's level front to back on the other side, level front to back on this side, and leveled side to side at the front. So now we're good. The next step is to go ahead and remove these ratchet straps in the back. We will brace the side wings, as those is what's going to come out next. We'll hook those, pull out our back scrim, and then attach a few items and then lift the wings up. So first thing, we're just going to go ahead and take off the ratchets. All right, so as you take off the ratchets, there's a couple places that you'll actually hook two of them. Hook it into the eyelet right there, and then down here as well. This will be so whenever we pull out the wing, you can stop it from going all the way up, as you'll need to put something into the edge, which is the fly bar. And then as we get these both kind of splayed out a little bit, then this will come down. Yeah, go ahead and unhook. Other side. Yeah. All right, so now that those are off, there's actually one ratchet strap at the very front that holds these in on the front side. Simple placement as well, just pop it loose and then we can pull it out a little bit. So just like the front, there are some eye hooks over here that it'll be hooked onto. Just go ahead and take it off. We don't need this one anymore. And then we'll go back to the front and splay it. At this point, whoever you have helping you, I got Sylvester. Have them hold on to the scrim, just to make sure it doesn't fall off. And then just grab the wing, hold the excess of the strap, let it go up to about there, and then just ratchet the strap back down a little bit, just so that way it doesn't pull out anymore. Do the same to the other side, and then we'll pull the back scrim off. All right, now there is a bolt with a linch pin on it going through the back scrim. That's one to help it if it were to pop out of its track. If it goes down, this will stop it. This is also used for something else on the stage. So whenever you take it out, make sure you know where it is and you'll use it in a later step. All right, at this point, you'll lift up on the scrim. come down with it. There are some hooks at the very top that go into associated slots as you slide it up against the back of the stage. So now what we do with the scrim, we take it around to the front, go ahead and slide it up under the stage as it's not used during the performance or use of the stage as the stage itself. That doesn't sound good. Next thing, we're gonna do something to the edge of that, and we'll repeat on the other side, and it's fairly simple right now. That's that side. Let me do this one, then we can do the other one. So this is your fly bar and banner package, side banner package. There are 3 pieces to it. One is the actual center fly bar itself. The second is the big bar right here that sticks out. This is the side banner support. And this piece right here is the front banner support. It's the very edge of the front banner support. So if you're not doing any banners or anything, which is very unlikely, you only need this centerpiece. But typically you'll just take it out of the spot we're about to put it into and just put it in the stage exactly like it is. If it is kind of shimmied down a little bit, you want to take the side banner support, make sure it's all the way against the hole right here to hook in. Same with the front banner support. Once it's slid right there, there is a pin right here. Go ahead and unhook it in the back with the lynch pin again. Slide it in like that. There we go. The PA wings and banner supports are non-reversible, so make sure that whenever you're putting them on, this piece goes into the center and this piece juts out. We need that on that side, Sylvester. No, this is the front right here. And then rinse and repeat, same thing on this side, and then we'll move on to something else. Here, slide it. Watch your finger. Your finger. There we go. All right, down some. So once you get the PA wings on with the banner package, you can go ahead and unhook from the stage down here and then just let it go. In the back, there is a foot that pops out as the side goes up. That is to support it and keep it from coming back down. Once that foot is popped out, you're good. You don't have to worry about it coming back down on you anymore. Next, we'll go ahead and go to the back of the deck. We'll raise up the roof just a little bit, and then from there we'll pull the actual sides of the deck down to make the floor. So now that we have the wings up, the next step is to just raise the roof a little bit, not much, just enough that whenever we go to pull the decks down, we actually don't hit the edge of the roof and it doesn't get caught. So about maybe 6 to 8 inches off the top of the edge of the deck right here to the roof beams. That should be good enough to go ahead and pull the decks down. So what we'll do now is there are 4 cables, 2 on each side. We unhook these and just throw them front to back. They're hooked in some little pinholes on the side. Take the pin, put it back in. Same with the cotter pin, and just repeat for the other side as well. A lot of this stuff now is just straight up mirroring everything. After you get all 4 of the cables from the sides of the deck, or the undersides of the deck, off and going front to back, there are 2 ratchet straps on the inside holding the deck closed. One at the back, which will be the front of the stage, and one at the back, which will be the front, which will be the back of the stage. So what you do is you come and do the back one first. You just go ahead and unhook it. You're not going to need it anymore, so you can go ahead and pull it out. And same with this one. You do this one last because if you were to fall, the deck is not going to go down with you. And now at this point, we can actually take the decks down. So just grab, pull with your body weight. Once you get it down, go ahead and hold the corner and I'll grab the pin. Go ahead and grab the cables. Down here there's some other carabiners that you'll hook this through. If you unhook it right, you shouldn't have to take out or loosen or tighten the turnbuckle. So just put the pin through, and then you go to the back side, do the same thing, and then we'll come back and actually level it. All right, so now that we have both of those in, there's of course no supports right here, but that's also the best time to level the deck. So we'll use the turnbuckle to actually level the deck itself. So put the level on the edge, pull the deck up. That's got a way to go down. So just figure out which way the turnbuckle goes. Oh, I went way too far. Looked at it wrong. So you can have the level showing that it's going down just a little bit, because whenever you put the floor jacks up under it, it'll actually push it back up. So whenever you lift it up, basically have it just a little bit off center with it kind of going downhill. Do the same thing to the other side. Then we'll do it to the other side again, 2 more times. And then at that point, we'll put some floor jacks in. It's gonna get stormy. Do it.
Come on down a little bit.
Cool. I'm gonna grab the level and come back over here. Same as on the other side. Go ahead and lift it up. See how much you need to tighten the turnbuckle or loosen it, depending on which way it is. This one, of course, we need to tighten again. All right, that one is level. We'll level the other one, then we'll go ahead and put the deck jacks down. All right, go for it. All right, so next you got the deck jack. There are two sides to the deck jack. As you can see, there's one without a lip and then one with an angled lip. The angled lip is actually the side that goes to the deck. And when you go to put it on, center it on that triangle. And then raise it till you feel some resistance. We'll go ahead and do it again for the second floor jack on this side. Again on the yellow triangle with the lip facing inside. All right, so after both of the deck jacks are done, I've got this side done. Sylvester's gonna do the other side while I explain a little bit more. Next, what we'll do is go ahead and just unstrap everything that's in the center. If, at this point, if the deck is loaded with gear, you would go ahead and unstrap everything as well. Be mindful that there are no rails up or anything like that. So just make sure something doesn't roll off, or if you're rolling stuff onto the deck, make sure that you do have deck jacks down before you roll something onto the deck. So after we unstrap, we'll go ahead and start with the roof. There are 2 points on the 2 hinges that we need to actually connect. That way the hinge is secure and it doesn't flex. And then we'll move from there into actually putting the 4 corner posts in. No matter if you have gear on the deck or if it's bare stage like this with only the stage accessories on the deck, the pipes, poles, square bars, steps, guardrails, ladder and such, all will be packaged the same as it is right now. It's just moved further forward than it is whenever there's gear stood on the deck. And whenever the stage comes down the next time, will show how you actually package everything on the deck and make it fit, and weight distribution and all that. So now Sylvester's got the other side jacks done. There are two pieces that we need. They look like this: a little hook, little hole for a bar. So the next step, these go in the inside section on the center. So this spot and mirrored on the other. Kind of go back at an angle and just push it forward, and it should lock into place. Same thing with over here. Push it forward, and it should lock into place. All right, you ready to push it on that end? All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and move this pipe from this side over to this side and connect it through. The U-bolt that's connected to the banner support right here, it'll go through that. So go ahead and unhook each linchpin and bolt through here. This side of the stage, you actually need to push up. Slide it through, and then once the hole lines up over here, go ahead and pin. Go ahead and push up again. And then once you have that one pinned, you still have to push up to get this one in all the way. And then we can move to this side. This side is slightly different. It actually usually requires you to pull it down. In the wind right now, that might be a little bit different. Pin through, and then yep, we're gonna have to pull down, so go ahead and pull down. All right, and now the roof is flat across. Wow. Do what? Yeah, go ahead and hold that side for now, then we'll get, once it calms down, we'll get the posts in, so that way it's not flying everywhere. Hey, there's our Jenny. It's best practice not to set up in the fastest wind, that's for sure. If you do get wind, try to either stabilize it or have the stage in a form that is secure. But it looks like the wind's dying down a little bit. We'll go ahead and put it in the corner post, and it'll be more secure than it is at the moment, and then we won't have to worry about the wind as much. Oh. All right, so while our Jenny just got delivered, I'll kind of explain that a little bit. You want to have it probably about 20 foot away from the deck. This is a very small unit, so it's not loud at all. They're also quiet Jennies anyways. So about 20, 25 foot away, you should be good. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is place a corner post. So there are two types. The posts for the front and back are both different. The back posts only have a single hole in the center. The front posts have three. So if you can go ahead and grab the front post and slide it to me. So at this point, there are two pins, one down here and one at the top. Go ahead and remove both of these. Go ahead and unhook this ratchet too. That way it's not hitting us in the face. So this pole, you see this one does have 3 holes right here. That's the 3 that I'm talking about. That means it is a front piece. Down at the bottom, there is a square piece that juts out. This needs to face to the inside of the deck. So we can go ahead and go up. The same place that he pulled the pin out from the top is where the very top of that goes into. Once that is in, try to have the post fairly center into that socket. That will make things easier throughout the rest of the process. Now we have to get this hole down here at the bottom up to this point right here. So in doing that, you either can see if you can lift it up high enough or if you have to end up using the jack. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a piece of wood just in case we do have to jack it up all the way. And if you'll go ahead and lift still. All right. There we go. So the bolt has to come from inside out. If not, you can't put the linch pin in. And you want to make sure that it's fairly flat, because you don't want the pin itself or the linch pin itself being what catches and holds it in place. You want the actual main pin to be the one that's taking all the weight. So now we have a whole bunch of slack down here we got to jack it up on. And what you want to do from here is you can see the gap right here. We actually need to take this to where the pin hits that, and then it's hard to twist. So at that point, we know the pin is secure and it's tight. There we go. It's hard to twist. It's good. It's very far forward. The top piece is centered. And now we can just repeat on the other side. Do what? No, 3.
I never know that till I really
Really?
paid till you started breaking it down. Then I really paid attention to what you said. Then. I didn't never knew why you always kept turning that lid.
All right, go ahead and unhook this too. Whoop. All right, same as the other side. Go ahead and take both sets of pins out. And once you do, so we'll go ahead and lift. All right, let's go ahead and take it down. Take it down. So in that case, this floor jack right here is a little too far out. Lay it down. Just gonna take it out and drop it fairly low. You want to be very, very careful of the top, as it is fiberglass and it will easily puncture if too much weight is put on it. So if you go to put one of these poles in and you can't get it with only 2 people, might as well go ahead and take this out, lower it, and if we still need to, we might go ahead and lift the roof up a little bit as well. Which way you need? There it goes. All right, and once again, now that the top pin is in, we'll go ahead and lift up. All right, and then we'll pin that. And again, I'll lift the jack up until this pin right here hits the top and it is hard to spin. All right, now the process with the back is fairly similar. You take the pins out, pin the top, pin the bottom, and then we'll move on to a different step from there. Let me check something. So you would actually put this on at about this point right now. You can either put it on before you put the corner post on or after the corner posts. The primary thing is you just need to get the cheater bar in on this section, and there's a section in the center as well. So you start going in this way and then you go back in that way. There are two pieces, so make sure that whenever you do the center, it's actually on this side and not the wrong side, or you're gonna have a bad day. Right, you can go and go. You're good. All right, so at this point, go ahead and unpin. He's already got the top unpinned. And we'll go ahead and put it in place. All right. Whenever you do both of the front sides first and then go to the back, it's usually going to be much easier, as you can see the pinhole is much closer to this part right here. So now whenever he lifts, we won't have very far to go. And then see, we're done. Same thing, lift the jack up. There you go. Make sure the pin is hard to turn, and then we'll move to the next one. I mean the plywood. Plywood. Once again, unpin. Go ahead and lift up. All right, ready? Lift. All right. All right, pin is hard to turn. Now, after your 4 corner posts are put into place, you'll want to go back and check your deck jacks. Make sure they're still pretty snug. If they are loose after the 4 corners have been put in, just go ahead and snug them up a little bit. Once that's done, we can go ahead and come back to the front. And we have 4 square bars that go in between the posts and the center section of the deck. So these square bars are stored under the stairs when everything is inside the deck, or inside the trailer. So what you do, just go ahead and take both sets of pins out. And we actually start by going in on the main corner posts. Just hook it through, And right now is going to be one of the main reasons that you want to make sure that the post is fairly centered, as this has got to fit in this bottom hole right here. So that one fit fairly easy. There are sometimes, depending on the level of the ground that you're on, the position of the legs, the corner legs, corner posts, you might actually have to loosen the floor jack and move it around a little bit, because this might be too far out or too far in where you cannot make this pin go through the hole. And you just repeat that on all 4 sections. So there's one right here, one mirrored on that side, and the same for the front and front. So at this point, the stage is now in a secure form. All 4 corner posts are in. All 4 square bars that connect the bottom of the corner post to the center of the stage are in. The deck jacks are screwed tight, the deck is leveled. The next thing that we will move on to is going ahead and getting the rest of the equipment that is on the deck off. Then we'll move on to banners. And at that point, after that, we'll go ahead and lift the stage up. So let's just go and get the stuff off. These large black deck jacks are for the side banners. So those, you can put one on each front corner. These pieces are both for roof support. There are 3 positions that you can put the stage at, and this is for the highest position, which is the most common for our use cases. If it's in a confined space, you might not need these, or if you're just not using it at its highest point. But you can go ahead and set these at the back. We'll use these in a little bit. Out this side. These pieces are the handrails for the steps. Just put them aside right now. What we're about to pull out now are the actual side rails for the deck. We'll put one centered right here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of plywood on each side wing. So we'll just center on that. We'll center one on the back of this section of deck, and we'll just mirror it to the other side. So for these handrails, there is a little foot right here that hooks into the underside, and these 2 claws up top, these actually hook in right here in this slot, and then the foot goes up under. So whenever you take these off, you do not tighten the feet back. That way it's easy for whenever you go back to put this on. Looks like this one got tightened up. There we go. Once that's all the way undone, easily slots in. Center it on this seam. and then you can go down and tighten up the knobs underneath. And like I mentioned, just go ahead and center it on this back piece of deck. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little rivet holes. Go ahead and use 3 and 4 as your center points. It's not hard to find center on this. And then just screw this one in as well. Leave it right here real quick. Leave it right here real quick. So on the steps, it has feet at the bottom for if you are on some unlevel ground. So say this side is higher or lower, you do have a little bit of wiggle room with the feet of the stairs to level it out. So usually it'll be at this height. We actually might have to raise these in a little bit as we were on some unlevel ground last time the stage was used. But I usually put it on this side of the deck. Go ahead and just drop the lip on it right here. Yeah. Under here, there are some hooks held in by pins. Just go ahead and remove. Kick it forward that way. Pin it back. And your step is secured. Same thing on the other side. You can go ahead and unpin this piece right here, as this will be where we set the handrails for the steps, and then we'll pin the handrails back. Whenever you put the handrails in, make sure that these pieces are facing away. And then go ahead and pin this back. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Hey, that works. Getting it out of the gutter because of the rain? Yeah. I kind of figured. So now that the stairs are on, basically everything on the deck is done. At the very back up here, there are some slats in a holder. You're going to want 4 of them on each side. There are 2 kinds. One is like this one, where there is a notch, and the other is just a complete flat piece. So the notch pieces go on the outsides. You slide it in, notch goes right there, followed by a flat piece, another flat piece, and then the other notch one. And the notch is opposite. Actually, I take it back. The notch is not opposite from front and back, so you can go ahead and just slide it in right there. It's done. There you go. All right, I'm gonna grab the rope and the little step stool. So the next step is banners. We're gonna start with the front banner. Just get the rope, it's easiest if you take a zip tie, go ahead and just put it on the end, and then just snip it off later. It's just much easier to put this zip tie through these holes than it is to thread the rope through the hole. So you come up, go through right there, go through this one, and continue on around. In the toolbox, there are also these. One is a figure 9 that will hook into this eye up here. And the other is a cam jam, which is basically a ratchet for a rope. Both of these will be used to tighten up the rope across the whole thing. That way, whenever we secure the banner to it, it won't move very much. Yeah, right there. You're good. It was on this side. So the top part is the one that I normally put the figure 9 on. There are instructions on the carabiner itself. So behind, down, behind, and then it's secured tight. Go ahead and hook it up there. Pull it tight, go ahead and stretch it down that way. All right. Now, take the zip tie. Go through. Did that wrong. There we go. Just pull it tight to once it's pulled pretty tight, go ahead and take the rest of the slack and just hook it on the figure 9. Now at that point, we can go ahead and take the banner, 22. The easiest way to center is to count all the grommets across the top. This one has 22 on it. So we'll go to 11 and 12. That'll be our center 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now that we have center, at the very center on the roof, there are 2 screws, bolts coming out. That's your easiest spot to look at. We'll take this, we'll hook it to the rope, and do not secure it tightly until you have it for sure centered. There. right, and at this point, just go ahead and do it every few or every other one or so, just so that you can make sure that if you do need to move it a good bit, pull it tight a little bit more. Seems to be very droopy. There we go. That's much better. Now, whenever you get most all of them or every other one put in, this will be the time to go ahead and stretch it out and see if you're off-centered, if you need to move it one way or the other. And as we do that, the way to tell is it should become about center, maybe a little bit over. You need something to clip it? Oh, you got snips in your pocket. Yeah. Go ahead and snip it and pull it over.
Pull it tight?
Yep. Where'd you find the snips at?
When we did the festival, I took them with me and they was in my back pocket. So they came that night. I got to the house, I said, damn.
I was looking for snips earlier. I was like, where'd they go?
So I left them in the truck, so when I ran up on you, I have them in.
Nice. All right, go ahead and pull it tight. So now we're just gonna pull it tight and see which way it needs to go. It needs to go your way, right? How far are you over?
I ain't even touching the
All right, pull it over a little bit more.
I'm touching it now.
All right, is that last one still hooked onto the rope?
This one?
Yeah, that last grommet. Is it, which side of the rope is it on?
This side.
Put it on the outside.
But, pole.
Oh, no, like snip the zip tie off of it. There we go. Yeah, now go to the outside of the pole. All right, I'm about centered on it.
About halfway center of the pole.
All right, right there should be good then. All right, so at this point, you can go ahead and just tighten down these last two that you did. And for the end pieces, these are a little more difficult. So what we do, take a long zip tie, go through the hole that you took the rope through, take it through the grommet right there, bring it around the back, and then pull it tight. Doing it that way, you should be good. Let me do the edge piece. Let me see snips. right, now that it is completely stretched across, you can go ahead and do every single grommet on the top, every single grommet on the bottom, and then I'll come back whenever we have these done. All right, so at this point in the process, the top bender is on. We normally go ahead and do the hoists on the side. It makes it easier to go ahead and put those up, then put the side banners on. If not, as you try to put the hoist on, the banners are gonna be flapping in your face. So they're in the red box. Just go ahead and pull everything out, grab one of the hoists, and then whenever I get ready to put it on there, I'll show you where. All right, so now that the hoist is out of the bag, you just pass it up to whoever's going to the ladder. You want to go up or you want me to? All right. Hooks in just like that. And you want to make sure that the hoist is let completely down. That means less weight is going to be in the air, and the easier it is to lift it up from this point. So right now the hoist is all the way down, so we can just set it to the side for now. And then we'll move over to the other side. Come around this side with it. That way the chain doesn't get caught. There we go. Now that both of those are done, we can go ahead and put the side banners on. So we'll just move the ladder back just a little bit. So now with the side banners, typically there should be 4 grommet holes. And what you'll want to do is, in the banner supports, there are holes in the inside and the outside going up and down. So, take a zip tie, go through one of the holes, and just kind of put it on there loose. The other side on. Now, kind of hold it up. Tighten them to it, and then you can go ahead and do the other 2 in the center. And since these are going to be up for about 3 weeks, if they're on for an extended period of time, longer than maybe a 2-day span, go ahead and just double up with the zip ties. Make sure if one breaks, you still got another. It is possible to put all the banners on this stage on with the stage completely up. It does make it difficult, but it can be done. If one of these side banners pops off, half of them pops off or something like that, this ladder will extend into a regular extension ladder, and you can go all the way up with it and put the banner back up. And then just snip off the excess of the zip ties. And then we'll repeat the same process on the other side, and then we'll come back whenever we do the back banner. We're doing okay. It's only been about 2 hours. You were smart whenever you folded these up last. Oh, hey, a balloon. Actually, that looks like a kite.
Somebody up there in a hot air balloon today,
They be flying somewhere. Oh, it's a mylar that's like really low or something. The balloon is like so out of helium that it's not going up anymore, but it's just flying across the sky. There we go. All right. Is that lightning? Is that lightning back there? All right, so the next step is we're gonna do the back banner. This is our custom way of doing the back banner instead of doing the back scrim. So these pieces are inside of the toolbox. They are kind of some hooks. Slide in, they'll hook onto these sections over here. So to do it, put the side with the knob on first, hold it in, pull the knob back, and then just screw it on until it's tight. This is a cover that connects the fiberglass roof to the I-beam, aluminum I-beams. So we'll hook in and slide as close as we can to this, just button up against it. Once it's tight, that's good. We'll do another one right here. Same thing, slide it all the way up to this as much as you can. Next is the poles that are used to go in between these. These are the poles that are marked 125 pounds with the yellow sticker. And what we'll do is slide the pole on top of the pin on that side. We can let it rest and take out the pin on this one. Put the pin through the hole, and that is secured. Sylvester's doing the same thing on the other side. While he's doing that one, we'll go ahead and put these center brackets in. These pieces right here are for the mast support for whenever it goes to the highest point, but it also doubles as part of the back banner installation. So it has this curve right here. This one will go on this side, the other one on the other. Go ahead and take these pins out. Right there. So whenever you put the pin back in for these centerpieces, make sure that the linch pin is on the inside. I will stick a zip tie through that to be the very center point of the banner, just to mark it. So, are you explaining on this one? Not yet. So remember that there is only a hole on one side. Put the one that does not have a hole through that one. Let it rest there. Come back over here and then through the hole on the outside. So now our support piece for the back banner is in place, and we'll go ahead and count out the grommets, find the center, and then set up the banner. Let's see. Hey, we're lucky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Go ahead, count. Make sure.
I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so this banner has 17 grommets, so we're using the 9th as the center. And all that we're doing using these pins is to just hold the center of the banner while we do the rest. So just zip tie through. And then take a zip tie through the center grommet. There we go. So now we'll go to the first grommet that'll reach the pipe. Bring the banner in front of these feet. You got zip ties or you need some more? Don't need that many. Just check, make sure you don't pull it one way or the other. It's still centered. You will do every single grommet that will reach this pole. And remember, the center zip tie is not used to hold it up. That's just used to provide center as you're hanging. So all your weight should be supported by these outside, roughly 4 to 6 grommets, depending on how densely grommeted the banner is. Yeah. Yeah, it needs to be pulled tight. Yeah, here. It's gonna have to be pulled down. There we go. And then take it to the outside of it. Or actually, I'll grab it right here. There you go. All right, you want to just clip the rest of them? Yeah.
You ever get called sly?
That's what yeah. I got a shirt with slaw on the back of it.
Okay, that's really old school. I know it even got cooler.
So now that the banners are hung, that bolt and pin that I mentioned earlier that we would use again, go ahead and have that handy. We're about to use it now. But first we'll go around to all 4 corner posts, and the bolt and pin that's right here, not the very top one, but the one that's easily loose right now. Go ahead and take that out. And we'll do that for all 4 corners. Just sit it down right here. And then we'll move to the next step after I get all 4 of these out. All right, now that we have all 4 corner pins taken out of the corner posts, we can go ahead and come back to the crank. In the toolbox, you should always have a thing of WD-40. There is a bushing right here on the outside of the crank box where the handle connects that you need to make sure that you give it a good amount onto it. It's already been done before I just did that, so I didn't need to do too much. But you want to make sure you go all the way around and go not necessarily slow with this, but whenever it starts getting hard to do, take it at a decent pace so you don't risk the chance of skipping a tooth or anything of that nature. So whenever we go up, just lift it. All right, if you go shimmy the front, make sure we're moving. Whenever you start moving the stage up, you want to make sure that the 2 front posts are actually moving and not seized in any way. So go ahead and just grab it and kind of see if you can push it up. All right, so it's not seized, and you make sure you do that to the other side as well. And if both of those are moving, then you can go ahead and continue to go up. I'm going to show them the mast pin first, and then we'll go. Can you see the hole right there? Okay. So after you've cranked for a while, you'll see that hole that's just above that U section. This pin right here is the one that's used for it. It's the mast pin. This is a safety mechanism, so once you keep going up, if the mast were to fall for some reason, it would not fall from the very top all the way down. It would stop at about this halfway point. So once you get the mast pin at that, or the mast at that level, go ahead and put the pin in, and then we'll continue going up. I'll hop up on the deck, pin this, and Sylvester will stay down here and do the rest of the cranking as we show you some more stuff. So now that we're up on the deck, I'm gonna put this pin in the hole that I showed you while we were on the ground. Once we get done with that, we'll go over to a corner post, we'll continue raising up and pinning in the next spot. All right, you good. So as Sylvester continues to raise the roof, we're going to be looking to pin this hole right here. And that hole is about right there now. So we'll just keep going. All right, Sil. So if it's near the hole, you can probably easily move it up and down. Go ahead and take the pin from the inside out. Pin that side, then we'll pin this other side. All right, now that we have those pinned, we're actually going to do something a little counterintuitive. We're going to take the roof down again, remove the mast pin, and continue going down past that. The bracing pin that I said we use again, we're about to use that now. The two mast braces, we'll lower it down until we can pin that bolt through the mast to the other side, attaching both of those braces. So we'll go back down on the ground, we'll show you that. Now Sil's gonna go ahead and take the mast back down. Once the mast pin reaches the set point, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out, and then I'll hop down, or actually I'll get Sil to toss me the bolt. But the next hole that's being covered up by the two mast supports right there, we'll actually put that through there. Do you still see the brace?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Can you? Is it still above it? I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get him to kind of zoom in on it.
Oh, okay. Well, bring it back up.
Yeah, bring it back up a little bit. Go around to the other side real quick. So in some Sharpie, I did make some marks on the mast. It's kind of faded out right now. I'll redo it, but there's a line that says brace. It's the easiest spot that we can put these two braces in without having to keep going up, down, trying to figure out which way to go. So if you want to pass me the pen.
I can actually see the line in the lens.
You can or you can't?
You
You can? Okay, cool. Go ahead and pull it down to the thing. All right, so now we're at the line. Just go ahead and put the pin through. Linch pin that in, and then we'll continue to go back up. What do I do with the, oh, there's the mast pins over there. All right. All right. Cool. So now that we've gotten back to the mast pin hole, go ahead and put this back in. Whoop. There we go. And at this point, we'll go back up on the deck, we'll unpin the two front ones again, and then we'll continue to go up until the front ones are at the third hole. At that point, we'll lower back down again, pin the back two, and then we'll be done. So let's get up on the deck. So now that the mast pin is put in, it's about that same point that you can take this pin out. Usually takes just a little bit of pushing up or down. Take the pin out. Now the other side might have to come up some. Depends on if you can push it. Looks like it'll come out easy. And then from now, we can just continue going up. All right, Sil. All right, let me show you this. Now on the post, as we're going from the second hole to the third, there are some hash marks. So you see 2, a single, a double, a single, and 3. All right, Sil, stop. So this is used to gauge from up here where you're gonna need to, or when you're gonna need to pin it and how much further you got to go. So go ahead and take it down just a little bit. All right. There we go. And again, you got your 2 line, a single, a double, a single, and then you go back to 3. This side is the side that you always want to start with first. It's the one that will be able to be pinned first, just the way that the stage is aged. So this one, then the other one. The other one usually requires you to go up just a little bit more. But once we pin this one, we can lower the rest of the stage and secure it. All right, go ahead and go up. All right. All All right, now that that's in place, we can go ahead and lower the roof down. The mast pin will almost hit whenever we go to place these in. So make sure as you lower, the banner doesn't get caught. And this side will be the side that you pin first for the back. So we'll just wait for it to come on down. And stop. Pin that one. All right, just a little bit more. All right. And then after that, the mast pin only has about 3 or 4 inches until it's resting on the hook. So at that point, you just crank it down until it is resting and the crank becomes loose, then stop immediately. And we're good. So now the stage is in its final form. It is in a secure position. At this point, go around, check all the floor jacks, and make sure that as it's been lifted up, nothing has become loose. If it has become loose, go ahead and tighten it back up again. And once we check that, I'll come back. I'll explain the side banner supports and how we zip tie the back banner to stay still, and then also the front skirting. So the red box that the hoist came out of makes a great spot to put all your ratchet straps after you've gotten everything taken off the deck and you're pretty much done. It will become a spaghetti mess unless you wrap it up properly, but it's easier than just grabbing it on a whole armful. You can just grab the red box, throw it in the back of the truck, throw it up under the stage, and then you have all your ratchets in the same spot whenever it comes time to load out. So now we're going to do side banner supports. These floor jacks are welded at the spindle, so you've got to spin the entire thing. That should be close enough. The first bar that we'll use is the one with the hole in the end, the big one, and the 2 pins. So, down under the stage, there are 2 yellow pipe holes that these slide into. It's just under this way. And they just slide through. Now, there's on the second one, where the 2 holes are in the pipe, you will sandwich the yellow bar between the 2 holes. You'll pin them, put the linch pins in, and then you won't be able to move it in and out. And then we'll come back to the other bar that's going to be going this way, attaching to the black floor stand. Now at this point, these should be the last 2 bars that you pull out of the stage. And you just take it, set it in, pin it, grab the black bar, or black jack stand, You should try to make this banner support fairly level. That's good enough. Take the pin out. There we go. Pin it through and you're good. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and actually zip tie the side banners in because of how windy it is, but you just bring it down, do a couple zip ties. If you don't have long ones, if you have long ones, you should be able to make it with one. But go ahead and zip tie each grommet down to the pole, and then it's secured. You do the same thing for the other side, and then I'll go around to the back and show how we do the back banners. So the back banner is secured to the back handrails. You'll do it in 2 spots. It's going to take 2 or 3 zip ties to do it, but take the outside edge, zip tie it around this pole, and just make a loop. Then you'll do it right here as well. And then depending on how windy it is, if you think it might be a risk of popping a zip tie, just do it on the other 2 as well. You repeat the same thing, just mirrored on the other side, and that is all your banners secured tightly. In a windy situation like this, and anytime you set the stage up the day before, you go ahead and leave the banners flying, the sides and the back. The top banner you'll want to have secured completely. You don't want to have to go back and redo that one with it being all the way up in the air. But go ahead and let them fly the next morning or afternoon or before you come back to start the show. Go ahead and secure those down. You'll be good to go. Then you'll do the show. So, take a second to think if there's anything else and we'll be gone. Nope, it goes that way. So this is the front stage skirt. On the skirt there is a white line marking the center, and the pocket is a little bit different. This is the very center of the stage, so we'll hook the skirt in right there. There's 2 right here, mirrored on the other side. Go ahead and hook those in. Now, for the outside, we used to have more of these. They were stolen, so we have to make do with 2 and some Velcro. Here you go, Sil. These will be placed about center right here between the last spot that we have a hook and Velcro right here. Just go ahead and put that in. The Velcro should line up. Then you take it under, and the other Velcro should line up about right there. If the Velcro no longer sticks or comes off, it's just some heavy-duty Velcro strips from Home Depot. And make sure whenever you do put it on that you're not blocking this at all. And there is a little bit of space, about a ½ inch. And it's best just kind of line it up at the very bottom. So once you have that skirt on, it'll flap in the wind. I'll probably come back in the morning and it'll probably be half torn off on the ground. So this typically does not get done until before talent starts coming on stage, the day of your event. So if you're setting this up the night before or something like that, just leave it off, do it the next day. So if you're using the company's gear and not just doing a bare stage and putting it up like this and leaving it, we typically use a small Jenny from SES. They bring out a distro panel and toss us out a few sets of 20 amp circuits. The equipment runs on 4 20 amps. We ask for 6 if we're going anywhere else. It looks like they actually left me 9 for tomorrow. I definitely won't need that, but it works out. So all they are is per single line coming from the distro box, you have 3 of these. Each set of these boxes are separate 20 amp circuits. So you've got 3 per line, so 3, 6, 9. The Jenny, it could be different depending on what Jenny they have sent out. I'll show you how to turn it on. It's extremely simple, but after that we should be good, and that should be the entire setup of the stage and a little bit of a generator. So this Jenny is from SES, or Sunbelt Event Services. Our guys, Jason, Tim, Austin, all the other guys, they're great. This is their smallest Jenny, which is the one that we normally use with the stage. The startup is extremely easy. This one is actually different than I was thinking. So you have a light right here that just lights up the panel. It actually doesn't work right now. This is kind of like similar to a car. You have off, run, and start. Other ones, it might literally just be a toggle switch like this. That's a 3-position switch that says auto, off, manual. For those types, you'll just flip it over to manual. For this one, go ahead and turn it on just like a car. And after it's going for a few seconds, then go ahead and flip the circuit breaker on. That energizes the panel, which then energizes all of our circuits over there. Before you go to shut it off, you'll do the same thing in reverse. So just go ahead and flip the circuit breaker off for the 3-phase. Never touch any of these knobs. The guys have it set the way you need it. Yeah, so that panel light just does not work. And then just turn it off. Close it up. The guys normally check everything to make sure it's working good. And yeah, that's it for the Jennies. Like I said, there's a couple different types. This one is different than I was expecting for today. And it's not one that I see often. The other one is just the auto, off, and manual switch, the 3-way toggle. Remember, you just toggle it to manual, and that'll start it up and have it running, and you should be good to go. All right, that's how you build the stage and a little bit of a Jenny.